Hi everyone, welcome to Coding Simplified. In today's video, we'll see that how to crack Amazon's technical interview for the SDET role or for the quality role. So SDET means it is basically for the software development engineers in testing. So this is for the testing role, or we can say it is for the quality role as well. So in this video, we'll see that which are the different round happens for the SDET role and how we should prepare for the SDET role and which are the different positions for the SDET, right? So let's start with the interview coding rounds, that which are the different coding round happened for the SDET role. So the first part is that, like we in our previous video we covered that how we can like what is asked in the Amazon SD role or the developer role. So in both, the first part is that the coding is very important at Amazon because Amazon is a product based company. So generally product based company focus more on your logics, on your data structure, on your coding. So whether you are appearing for the SDET role or for the SD role for the Amazon, your coding round will definitely be there. So generally the first and second round happens for the coding round. So this is a data structure coding round 1 and data structure coding round 2. So in data structure, we have to focus on the data structure, and guys, we have prepared a very good video on the data structure. So in case you haven't seen the data structure interview preparation video, I would advise you to see that video again, that how we should prepare for the data structure. Because like if it was some other company, like let's say financial company or some service based company, so coding round like may not be that important. But here, because we are talking about the Amazon, and Amazon focus a lot on the data structure on coding, so you have to prepare a very good way. You have to prepare appropriately for the data structure. So please see that video in case you haven't seen, where we have explained how we can prepare data structure interview, like which are the different topics that we have here, and then how we should prepare this. Similarly, we have also discussed that how we should solve a coding question and what all we need to take care, right? So please see this video for the data structure. So it means our first round and the second round will happen for the coding round, and that's what in our SDET technical interview preparation we have mentioned, that we have to basically see the data structure coding round, right? Then the next round would happen mainly for the testing round or the automation design round. So basically these two rounds will be of the combination. So sometime it happens that like there would be like the one round will be completely focused on the testing, or it could happen that one round completely focus on the automation, or it can also happen that you can see that here we have also the design section as well. So in general, they don't focus much on the system design, but yeah, they can focus on the low level design. So I should say basically it's a low level design mainly. So let's say you have worked on some automation framework, let's say Selenium, or you have worked on maybe let's say a protector, or so basically TestNG. So all these frameworks are very important for the automation, right? Because if you are going for the quality role, if you are going for the automation, then it is expected that you have to do the automation, because it is not the manual automation. Because if you are going in Amazon SDET role, then the manual testing is expected, but this is not the only thing. With the manual testing, you have to write the integration test, you have to write the functional test, even you may have to write some other test as well, right? So the point is, and again like there are so many testing that happens, right? We have the API testing, we have the UI testing, and like we have the even integration testing. So there are so many testing happens, and for different testing we have the different frameworks. So the important part is that yes, you have to focus on the automation a lot. So whatever you know in the automation, please see all the automation. And if you don't know, but if you are appearing the first time, then it is expected that they would ask on the automation also, like which framework you have worked on the automation, or like so like if you have already worked, that will be a very big plus, right? Also, sometime it happens that let's say you haven't worked on the quality, so till then you are working on the developer, so that is also fine. Like they will take you, and in that case, even if you haven't worked on some automation, so what they will ask, they will focus on the design, and that's how basically I'll put it here, that it will be low level design. So then they will ask on the low level design that how you like, let's say if you are a developer, that how you basically design that particular component or how you design that particular system, right? So that they will basically they will basically know, they want to know that how you have designed, whether your designing skills are good or not, right? Or whether you can write appropriately a very good code or not. So the point is that, so our one thing can be of the automation. We have to focus on the automation, because if you are going for the SDET, automation is very important. Low level design is again the important, so that you have to see. Then in the testing round, what can happen, they can give you one scenario. Let's say you have one, let's say some feature, and then what all scenario it is expected. Because let's say if you are in testing role and you are given a feature for testing, then what all you can think as related to testing, right? So very basic example, let's say if you are testing the login credential, like login password, so what all you have to test, right? So let's say first what you can say, okay, like in login, in username, can a user can give the email ID, or a user can log in with their with their mobile number, or the user can also log in with their username. So basically we have to see that username, login, and again number. Again in that case, your mobile number can include the strings also, like the character also, because your mobile number can't include the character, right? So basically my point is that you have to take care all the edge cases, like all the positive test cases, all the negative test cases, and you have to basically think, you have to give all the scenarios at that moment. So in testing rounds, sometimes this kind of stuff happens, right? Or it can happen that, okay, you are transferring a file, then what all things you can think about the testing, right? So the testing scenarios can also be there. So whether, so sometimes it happens that with the coding round they ask some of the scenarios, or it can have the separate round, or it can be asked in the automation as well, right? So these three rounds, these three things can be asked in testing rounds or in the automation round. Basically I call it automation round or the testing round. So we have to focus on the automation, low level design, as well as the testing thing, right? So it means four rounds. Till four rounds we are done. Two coding rounds and two basically combination of the testing, automation, low level design. Then it comes the managerial round. Managerial round is the hiring manager round, the person who is hiring you, right? So generally hiring manager, in hiring manager round, it takes your the feedback of the previous round. So let's say if someone has said that, okay, the coding was good, but the automation framework was like okay, like the person hasn't worked on the automation, or like the person's testing skills was not that good. So in this case, then hiring manager would focus on the testing, right? So that's the one thing in hiring manager ask. The second thing, hiring manager ask mainly about the behavioral questions. And if you talk about the Amazon, then behavioral questions are very important in the Amazon, because they focus a lot in the behavioral questions. So in the behavioral questions, again we have created one video on that, so please see that video in case you haven't seen it. And on for the Amazon, I especially focus on these behavioral questions because they ask a lot of questions. And not only the manager, even in any round anyone can ask you the behavioral questions. So questions like, why you want to join us, like where do you see yourself in 5 years, most challenging task project you have done so far, or like was there a time of disagreement when you were wrong, was there a time of disagreement when you were right, or like reasoning for all job switches. So they take these questions and answers very seriously, right? So please see that video, that how you should answer these type of questions. So like I have created one video, and please check out that video. So in the managerial round, they would focus on the behavioral questions as well, and then they also focus on your last project as well, what you are doing, because your last project, your current project is again very important part, right? So again please focus on that part. So basically I should say that managerial round we have already covered. So about your last project, so whatever thing you are currently doing in your current company, that also you have to explain. So uh, whether you are developer or you are going for the quality role, for the estate role, your last project is very important. Please explain properly, or please prepare for the last project appropriately, that how you should explain the last project. And again guys, like we have covered one video that how you should focus on the last project, how you can mention, and how you should prepare for the last project. So in case you haven't seen that video, I'll put the description of this video, then you can mention that basically just that how how good you are explaining your last project. That's what the requirement from this question is, right? And it can ask in any round. It's not related to your manager round only. Even the person who is taking the automation round, they can ask that, okay, what you have done, what you are doing in the current company. So you have to focus on that part as well, right? Then it comes the HR round. So HR round, I would say, if you have reached till HR round, then it means 99% you are selected. So what happens that generally after the managerial round, they discuss with each other that how was that candidate. They take the feedback, and after the feedback, then they approach the HR and they approach to you. So HR round is kind of a formality. Like either HR round will tell you that okay, you are selected or you are not selected. So if it is positive, it means you are almost there, right? So that's what in HR round happens, which is the kind of last we can say. So yeah, that's all we have to focus for the SDET role. We have to mainly focus on the data structure coding. We have to focus on the testing frameworks which you have worked. We have to focus on automation. Automation is very important because they expect you to do some automation as well. Automation in the in the sense of like UI testing automation or the API testing automation, like that. Low level design, like not focus much, but yeah, solve some of the questions on the low level design as well. And again, if you haven't seen the video of the low level design, I would again advise you to see the low level design video. We have covered that how we should solve the low level design. So again, I'll put in the description. Behavioral questions, yes, we have to focus on that one. About last project, we should focus on this one. And HR, not much, right? So this is what happens in the Amazon SDET role technical interview rounds. So I hope this video was helpful for your preparation. In case you have any doubt, please write in the comment section and then we can discuss. Yeah, that's all about this video. I'll put all the descriptions link, all the YouTube links for this for the preparation of all this topics, so that you can see there. And in case you have liked the video, please like it and please subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you.